I trusted her with my dreams, my hopes, every secret that made up the fabric of my soul. I believed that when I shared my aspirations, of a future filled with love, success, and endless possibilities, it was a promise that we would build that future together. The soft, warm evenings we spent planning our lives, laughing over coffee and sharing our deepest ambitions, felt like the prelude to a love story meant to last forever. Then one cold, unexpected morning while I was tidying up our apartment and reviewing our plans for the coming year, I found a single misplaced receipt tucked behind a stack of envelopes. It was for an extravagant dinner at an upscale restaurant, a dinner I had never been invited to attend. My heart pounded as I realized that this receipt was the first clue of a secret life I never knew she led, a hidden world of nightly rendezvous with a mysterious stranger. I still remember the way our relationship began, how, over countless evenings under a starlit sky, I poured out my dreams and she listened with unwavering attention. I trusted her implicitly, believing that she was as committed to our shared vision as I was. We spent long nights discussing everything from our careers to the little adventures we'd embark on, and I saw our future painted in vivid hues of hope and possibility. Every promise she made felt like a solemn vow, a promise to stand by me through every twist and turn that life could offer. For years, our lives intertwined seamlessly. I moved into our cozy apartment with her, excited to build a home filled with the echoes of our laughter, the warmth of our conversations, and the bright dreams we nurtured together. Our mornings were filled with light, our days with plans, and our nights with whispered ambitions. I trusted her with every detail, my dreams, my secrets, even the fragile hopes I held for the future. I believed that our relationship was the very embodiment of honesty and commitment. But then, subtle hints began to emerge, small things that I dismissed as quirks of a busy life. I noticed she would sometimes receive late-night phone calls, her eyes glazing over as she listened intently before setting the phone aside with a small, secretive smile. When I asked about these calls, she would brush it off, saying it was just work or an errand that required her attention. I chose to believe her, clinging to the belief that our love was unassailable, that these were simply the mundane details of adult life. I had no inkling that behind those polite explanations, a hidden world was unfolding, a world that I was not a part of. One evening while I was busy organizing our future plans, reviewing the dates for an upcoming trip, updating a shared digital calendar with appointments and dreams, I noticed a stray piece of paper falling from a stack of mail. It was a receipt, crisp and unassuming, for a lavish dinner at a fancy restaurant downtown. I frowned, puzzled by the receipt's appearance, for I knew I hadn't been invited to any such dinner. My mind began to race as I tried to piece together how this receipt ended up in our pile of mail. Had she forgotten to mention something? Was it an innocent mistake? I tucked the receipt aside, planning to ask her about it later. But that night, as I lay awake in our darkened bedroom with only the sound of my own breath, the receipt kept reappearing in my thoughts. I began to wonder if this was the first crack in the facade of our perfect life together. I tried to shake off the doubt, reminding myself of all the tender moments we had shared, all the promises of honesty and devotion that had once filled my heart with warmth. Yet, that small piece of paper refused to be ignored. It was as if it held a secret message meant solely for me, a clue to a hidden truth I wasn't ready to face. The following morning, with a heavy heart and a mind swirling with questions, I approached her gently at breakfast. "I found this receipt," I said, holding up the slip of paper with trembling fingers, "and I'm not sure how it got here. Can you explain?" Her eyes widened, and for a moment she hesitated, her gaze flickering away as if searching for the right words. "Oh, that," she replied lightly, "it must be a mistake. I was out with some colleagues for dinner, that's all." But her tone was too casual, too rehearsed, and I could sense the evasion behind her words. In that instant my heart sank. The innocent explanations I had once believed now felt like brittle covers for a deeper deception. I couldn't shake the feeling that this receipt was just the tip of the iceberg. Over the next few days, I began to notice more irregularities: a missed call at midnight, a hurried text that ended abruptly, and subtle changes in her routine that left me with an aching sense of betrayal. I started to look for answers in the quiet spaces of our life together, searching for the truth in every unexplained moment. Late one evening while she was out on one of her meetings, I decided to check our shared planner, a tool we had both used to organize our lives and dreams. As I flipped through the pages, my eyes caught a series of entries that I had never seen before. They were marked with dates and times that coincided with the nights she claimed to have been working late. The entries were cryptic, scribbled in a hurried hand, with notes like "dinner with Mark" or "evening walk." New beginning? I felt a cold shiver run down my spine. My mind reeled as I realized that these entries weren't about work. They were about secret outings, intimate dinners, and quiet moments shared with someone else. I spent that night in a restless haze, my thoughts swirling with disbelief and sorrow. I tried to recall every time she had brushed off my questions about her late nights, every vague explanation that now seemed laden with hidden meaning. I felt as though the life we had built together, so carefully planned and cherished, was nothing more than a fragile illusion, one that could be shattered with a single misplaced entry in our planner. The dreams I had trusted her with, the promises I had believed were sacred, were now hanging by a thread. In the days that followed, I couldn't shake the feeling of betrayal. I found myself rereading the entries in our planner, each one a painful reminder of the secret life she had built without me. My mind filled with images of candlelit dinners and quiet, whispered conversations that were meant for someone else. I began to document every detail, taking photographs of the planner entries and saving digital copies of any texts I could find that hinted at these clandestine meetings. I created a folder on my computer titled Truth and slowly began to piece together the timeline of her secret rendezvous. Every night, as I lay in bed listening to the silence of our home, I replayed the evidence in my mind. The betrayal was a constant ache, a dull pain that pulsed with every heartbeat. I remembered the soft promises of our early days, the laughter, the whispered I love yous, the dreams we had shared as if they were our very destiny, and I felt the weight of each broken vow like a physical blow. I questioned every moment, every missed glance, every time she had hurriedly hidden her phone when I entered the room. It all added up to a truth I had long dreaded. The future we had planned together was a lie, built on secrets and hidden rendezvous that I was never a part of. I knew that I couldn't keep this pain to myself, that I needed to confront the truth head-on. I reached out to my closest friend, someone whose compassionate presence had always been a balm to my wounded heart. Over several long, tearful conversations in the quiet corner of a cozy cafe, I shared every detail, the hidden planner entries, the cryptic notes, the sense of betrayal that had seeped into every corner of our life. "You deserve to know the truth," she said softly, squeezing my hand as if to remind me of my worth. "You deserve a love built on honesty, not one hidden behind secrets." Her words, filled with empathy and unwavering support, ignited a spark within me, a resolve to reclaim my future and rebuild my life from the ruins of betrayal. Emboldened by the support of those who loved me, I made the difficult decision to confront her. I spent days preparing for the confrontation, rehearsing my words until they felt both raw and resolute. I promised myself that I would not let this betrayal break me, that I would face the truth with the strength I had always known was within me. "I trusted you with my dreams," I whispered to my reflection in the mirror one morning, "and now I must reclaim my future from the lies you've built." Each repetition was a vow, a commitment to myself that I would not be defined by her deception. The day of the confrontation arrived on a chilly, gray afternoon. Our home, once a sanctuary of shared dreams and gentle laughter, now felt oppressive with the weight of unspoken truths. I sat in the living room, the folder of evidence clutched tightly in my hands, my heart pounding with a mixture of fear and determination. The door opened and she walked in, her face composed but betraying a hint of uncertainty, a fleeting glimpse of guilt that I had come to recognize all too well. "We need to talk," I said, my voice quiet yet unwavering, the final words echoing in the silent space between us. Her eyes met mine and for a moment time seemed to slow. I placed the folder on the coffee table and opened it to reveal the hidden planner entries and the photographs of our secret dates, each one a stark testament to the life she had led behind my back. "I trusted you with my dreams," I began, my voice trembling with raw emotion, believing that our future was built on honesty and love. "But these entries, these messages, they reveal a truth I can no longer ignore. How could you build a secret life, a hidden world, while promising me forever?" The room was silent, each second stretching into an eternity as she struggled to find words. Her face fell, and I saw the traces of regret and sorrow that betrayed her attempts at denial. In that painful confrontation, every shared memory, the long walks, the tender promises, the quiet moments of intimacy, turned bitter, overshadowed by the undeniable evidence of her betrayal. I demanded answers not just for my own sake, but for the future that I now realized was built on lies. "I deserve to know why," I said, voice breaking with the weight of my heartbreak, "why you chose to hide these secrets, why you built a world that excluded me." Her eyes filled with tears and she attempted to explain, her words soft and halting, but the truth was already laid bare, an intricate web of deception that shattered every promise we had made. The confrontation left me reeling, a melancholy mix of sorrow and a burgeoning resolve to reclaim my life. In the days that followed, I retreated into solitude, grappling with the painful reality that the dreams I had cherished were nothing more than fragile illusions. I spent countless hours alone in our now silent home, revisiting every moment we had shared, every tender vow now tainted by the shadow of her secret life. The hurt was overwhelming, a deep aching void that threatened to swallow every part of me. Yet, amid the darkness, a spark of determination began to grow. I realized that I had the power to rebuild my life, to reclaim my future from the ruins of betrayal, and to redefine what true love meant for me. I sought solace in therapy, where I learned to navigate the tumultuous landscape of my emotions. My counselor listened with compassion as I poured out my heart, each session a small step toward healing. I filled pages of my journal with raw, unfiltered emotions, turning my pain into words and eventually into lessons learned. I came to understand that while the scars of betrayal might never fully fade, they could serve as powerful reminders of my strength, a testament to the resilience that had carried me through the darkest of nights. Publicly, the unraveling of our once happy future became a quiet, whispered topic among friends and family. Gentle words of sympathy, supportive hugs, and sideways glances met me wherever I went, yet I no longer felt the need to justify my pain or defend my decisions. I began to share my journey on a personal blog, writing candidly about the heartbreak, the painful confrontation, and the slow, deliberate process of rebuilding my life. The outpouring of support was overwhelming. Messages from strangers who had faced similar betrayals, kind words from old friends, and a shared sense of hope that even the deepest wounds could heal with time and self-respect. As the months turned into a year, I slowly began to rediscover the person I was before the betrayal, a woman with dreams, passions, and an unyielding capacity for love. I cautiously stepped back into the world of relationships, each new encounter approached with a blend of guarded optimism and the hard-won wisdom of my past. Every genuine smile, every sincere conversation, helped to mend the shattered pieces of my heart, slowly weaving together a tapestry of hope that promised a future built on honesty and mutual respect. I learned that true love must be nurtured with transparency, that every promise must be honored with truth, and that I was worthy of a partner who would cherish my trust as much as I cherished his. Now, as I sit in the soft, gentle glow of my modest apartment, a space I have lovingly transformed into my sanctuary of healing, I reflect on the long, winding journey that has brought me from the depths of betrayal to a place of quiet empowerment. The memory of that hidden planner, the secret entries that revealed a life built on deception, remains etched in my heart as a painful reminder of how fragile trust can be. Yet it is also a testament to the strength I discovered within myself, a strength that allowed me to confront the painful truth, reclaim my dignity, and rebuild my future on my own terms. Every sunrise now is a promise of new beginnings, a chance to rewrite my story to shape a future defined by truth, honesty, and self-respect. I have learned that betrayal, as devastating as it can also serve as a catalyst for transformation, a painful invitation to rediscover who we truly are beneath the layers of shattered dreams and broken promises. I now move forward with an unshakable conviction that I deserve a love that is genuine, transparent, and built on mutual respect. A future where trust is not a fragile illusion but a solid foundation upon which I can build the life I have always dreamed of. This is my story, a journey of shattered promises, heart-wrenching betrayal, and ultimately the triumphant reclamation of my life. I trusted her with my dreams, believed every word when she said we're just friends or I'll always be honest, and envisioned a future built on mutual care and unwavering commitment. But when I discovered her nightly rendezvous with a mysterious stranger hidden in secret messages and uninvited calendar entries, everything I had believed crumbled into bitter fragments. In that devastating moment, I found the strength to gather every piece of evidence, to confront the painful reality, and to reclaim my future from the ruins of deception. Every tear, every sleepless night, every moment of raw, unfiltered pain has led me to this place, a place of quiet strength and unyielding determination, where I now stand as a survivor, ready to build a future defined not by the lies of the past, but by the brilliant, unwavering light of truth, honesty, and self-respect. Every new day is an invitation to begin again, a promise that even in the face of the deepest betrayal, I have the power to rebuild, to rediscover, and to embrace a life that is entirely my own. I step forward into each sunrise with the firm belief that my destiny is mine to shape, that my worth is not measured by someone else's deception, but by the unbreakable spirit that lies within me. I have learned that true love must be nurtured in the light of honesty, that every promise must be honored with integrity, and that the future I build will be one where trust is sacred and dreams are realized in the warmth of genuine connection. And as I move boldly into tomorrow, I carry with me the lessons of the past, the hope for a brighter future, and the unyielding conviction that I deserve a love that is real, one that will never again be tainted by hidden secrets or shattered promises.